Gog and Magog, or Yajuj and Majuj, are a major sign of the end of times. And we can find these beings mentioned in several hadiths, but also in Christian scriptures, and they are also mentioned in the Quran. And what we know about them is that there are people who will appear at the end of times, after the coming of Dajjal, and after Nabi Isa will have defeated him. Gog and Magog will wreak havoc and destruction on earth, until Gog and Magog have broken loose from the barrier, swarming down from every hill, ushering the true promise. Then behold, the disbelievers will stare in horror, crying, "Oh, woe to us, we have truly been heedless of this. In fact, we have been wrongdoers." There are many opinions and extrapolations about who will be the people of Gog and Magog at the end of time. Some describe them as supernatural beings, and others as human beings. But we cannot say with certainty who they will be, nor from where they will appear. In the Bible, Gog and Magog are mentioned many times. Gog is mentioned there as a people, and Magog as a region or nation. They are mentioned there as Gog of the land of Magog, and also in the same context as they are in the Quran, as a trial that must come before the end of times, as a people who will fight the believers. It generally designates a people or a region of Asia, although it is also specified that they will come from all over the world, and they represent a people who are deceived by evil, and who will fight the true believers. Here is a paragraph from the Bible that talks about Gog and Magog. When 1,000 years are over, Satan will be released from his prison, and will go out to deceive the nations in the four corners of the earth. Gog and Magog, and to gather them for battle. In number, they are like the sand on the seashore. There are many narrations about these people in the Hadith, and they are therefore also mentioned in the Quran. The Quran does not make a physical description of them, but the Hadith describe them as a people with large faces and small eyes. The Messenger of Allah once gave a sermon in which he said, "You say that you have no enemy, but you will continue to fight your enemies until Gog and Magog emerge with white faces, small eyes and reddish-black hair. They will pour down from every slopes as if their faces are like lowered shields." Over the centuries, Gog and Magog have often been associated with Turkish or Mongol people because of this physical description. But it is important to mention another hadith to understand that it cannot designate these peoples. This is a well-known hadith which says that out of 1,000 people of Adam's descent, only one will go to heaven, and all the others will go to hell. Following which the Prophet specified that the one who will be saved will be part of them, and the others will be from Gog and Magog. Although this should not be taken as a right mathematical rule, it just means that a small part of the population will be among the rightly guided believers, and not all those who consider themselves believers, while the vast majority will be part of the disbelievers or associators. So, if we take into account this hadith, we cannot consider that the Turks or the Asians can constitute the major part of the descent of Adam. But we should rather understand this as people who fight the truth or people who are bewildered, even if this number is huge. There is in the Quran a man who is associated with the people of Gog and Magog. This is Dhul Qarnayn. Dhul Qarnayn, which can be translated by the man who has two horns, or the man of two eras. He is a character who has given rise to many interpretations. For some, he is a prophet. For others, he is Alexander the Great, or Cyrus the Great. And for others, he is a character that dates back to the time of Ibrahim alayhi salam. Dhul-Qarnayn is mentioned as the man who protected the neighboring people of Gog and Magog against them, by building a wall or an embankment which they could not cross, until when they will be released. Scholars agree that it is a thing of the past, that it has already happened, and that Dhul-Qarnayn is a man who lived in an age that is not determined. They said, O Dhul-Qarnayn, indeed Gog and Magog are great corrupters in the land. So may we assign for you an expenditure, that you might make between us and them a barrier. He said, that in which my Lord has established me is better than what you offer, but assist me with strength. I will make between you and them a dam. What we must remember from this sign is that the people of Gog and Magog will fight the believers, that they will ransack the earth, dry up the water points, cause countless victims and sow destruction wherever they go. But in the end, God will give victory to the believers, and will exterminate Gog and Magog to the last. And according to some hadiths, the Temple Mount in Jerusalem could be the place where this ordeal would end, but Allah alim.